Personal favorite ridiculous Trabant feature is the door locks. There's car was never made for rear seatbelt. That's communism. Here's another crazy thing about the Trabant. The Trabant was never designed to have seatbelts, although the factory did eventually add front seatbelts as a courtesy to the front seat occupants. No such courtesy was given to the rear seat occupants, however. This car was never made for rear seatbelts in East Germany. Think about that. We're talking about a 1981 automobile with rear seats and no rear seatbelts. To start this car, the procedure is a little complicated. First, you have to turn on the fuel valve from Z to R. We're not sure what those things mean. Then you have to shift it into gear. Now, the shift lever is a column shifter, and if you're not used to operating one, it's a little weird. Then, finally, you can get going.
It literally...
Oh, and you have to remember to tip off the parking brake.
Oh my god. Whoops.
Can't start in gear.
It's literally a communist car. Oh my god, it's so bad. Dude.
It's tremendously loud. Okay, so now you're neutral. All the brakes. Yeah.
The dude behind him, it's gotta be like, what the F?
It's four. This is four than four. I did it. Well, on the gas. And now we can cruise. We can do this like in any other automobile. Signal was on. The signal doesn't cancel. I gotta remember that. It doesn't cancel. Signal was on the whole time. I didn't know any reason side because that's third. That's first? No. It's first, but it's a third. No, it's first. She gave up. What is this? Is that your feeling? I don't know. How long you got?
Whoa there, dude. Careful, that thing might go fast. Wow, that's actually he's wrong. That's a really fast car. Screw all Lamborghinis. This car is fast. It's whopping 40 miles an hour at top speed. Holy shit. This is insane. That's the...
Oh my god, so now the smoke is coming into the cabin here. Yeah, it was already on, don't worry about that. The smoke is incredible. The smell of it is constant. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. It's tremendously difficult to drive. It pollutes like crazy. The turn signals don't cancel. There's no tachometer. But it's a hoot. It's a total blast. It's ridiculous. I can't believe we're driving around in this thing. I love it.
I think I'd rather drive a Ford Model T than that.
And so, that was the Trabant. For more of my thoughts on what it was like to drive the crazy Trabant after I've processed all of this, click the link below to check out my column on autotrader.com/oversteer. And now it's time to say goodbye to the Trabant and be thankful that we don't live in communism. So now, oh crap. That's happened before.
Dude, I mean, I've trashed EVs and I've trashed most cars, but but not that they're bad, but a damn Vespa would be way better, or something like a Lambretta would be way better than a freaking LeBron or Trabant, the Trabant, whatever it's called. The thing does, because at least with a scooter you could actually weave in and out, and even back then scooters were pretty great. You didn't really need them on them; they were just good, and they were way cheaper. 29 worst cars of all time. Hey, he's got my... Oh my god, he's got the triple-wheeled car. Oh, there it is.
This cruiser or cruiser, you knew it would be on this list. It's an unreliable minivan wannabe that looks like, well, exactly what it is. An attempt to make the 40 style conform to modern safety regulations. And I definitely don't love it. There was a turbocharged version that was pretty hot. I mean, fast, not hot. I mean, nothing about the PT Cruiser is hot. And the same goes for number 28 here, the Ford Mustang II, aka the Pinto Mustang. And you'd think...
Okay, can I say this? I'm not meaning anything towards Mustang people. There's this kid at my school, apparently, according to my cousin, he brags about his Mustang. I get a little bit jealous of people that own Lamborghinis. I never get jealous of Mustangs, and here's why. Because a lot of people, they'll say, look at my awesome car, I got a Mustang. Now, my teacher actually used to own one, and she's not a hot-headed show-off. But I'm gonna say this right now. According to my dad, who is literally a car fanatic, he religiously loves cars more than the Puritans loved Jesus Christ. The Mustangs have stupid, awful traction. Like, the traction is complete ass. So what people do is they'll try to burn out and show off to people, and they crash into the curb. There are so many compilations on YouTube of this. It's funny.
A sporty rear-wheel drive V8 could not possibly be on this list, right?
Ready, and what?
Yeah, well, this was the 70s in America, and unfortunately the Mustang was one of the biggest victims this side of the Challenger. But more on that in just a bit. This car, imported from Detroit, is anemic, ugly, and perfectly represents how damaging the gas crisis was to car design. Still, I think it gets a worse reputation than it deserves. Like number 27, my favorite number.
What the hell is that thing?
Hear me out.
I mean, it looks so cool.
It's supposed to be the wave of the future, much like
It kind of looks cool, but
it showcased aerodynamics galore and modern suspension instead. First prototype was so unsafe to drive, it became uncontrollable at low speeds and killed the test driver. Yikes. I know I'm dangerous, but I'd never step behind the wheel of this thing. But a lot of cars feel were supposed to be the future, though some fare better than others. Like number 26 here, the 1958 Ford Edsel. In one word, it is straight up ugly. It's not the worst looking car in the
Edsel?
world. That would be the weirdo.
Really, I actually found one of these at a car show. They're okay.
The part about the Edsel is that it had more hype behind it than the new Supra. Yes, the BMW Supra, but it had even worse execution. Like, Ford told everyone the car that killed Cadillac. And then 1956 came and all that was kind of a tough break. Maybe they just needed to be something to be said for the Aztec that hasn't been said before, because it basically paved the way for the modern crossover SUV that are so popular today. It's too bad that it is incredibly ugly. It kind of hit every ugly stick on the way down as it fell from the tree. And I really like this quote from journalist Dan Neal. With its multiple eyes and supernumerary nostrils, the Aztec looks deformed and scary. Something that dogs bark at and cathedrals employ to ring bells. Poetic. Neal, very poetic. That's the kind of slams I want in the comments when you insult how I look. Anyway, moving on to number 24. Let's get unsafe at any speed. And with this one, Chevy's got your back with the Corvair. It is a rear-engine sports car that was designed, unfortunately, to kill you. Well, not really. They just didn't have the tire technology to make it a good car. And by the time they did, well, it had already caused
Holy shit.
accidents, so into the bin it went.
That thing is just completely wild. Oof.
No. Number 23 has just entered the chat, the Ferrari Mondial 8. But what makes it terrible, you ask? Well, for one thing, it likes to catch fire and burn to the ground because the electrical system is absolute dog shit. That's not the biggest sin. The biggest sin is that it's a Ferrari that only makes it pathetic 214 horses. Chevy Smart. Nowadays, even in a mile time and that's like disgusting. And speaking of 80 supercars, we'll buy number 22, the Maserati Bi-Turbo. Yeah, Maserati. The car company we like to talk about all the time here at Ideal. Which if you're enjoying this video so far, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, because this thing has twice the turbos and twice the problems. Is my ex-girlfriend. We talk a lot about this Italian company, but most of the time it's about their modern lineup. The truth is, they've been crapping out lemons for a very long time. Decades, in fact. Like the 84 Bi-Turbo, a car famous for being totally unreliable and nearly impossible to fix. Much like my life. At least they were fun to drive when they ran before the turbos blew up. Unlike number 21 here, the Smart 42.
Oh, that's hell. I know. Let me guess. That thing is right. It's such a scrunched up car. Here's the big pro. It's small and it's easy to maneuver, but its biggest strength is its massive glaring weakness. As the thing is that when you I want you to take a box. When you take a box, put wheels on it, when you stop, here's what's going to happen. It's going to tip over. If you take a rectangle and you do the same thing, the only way it's going to tip is if it goes fast to the side side. This thing is a rolling death cube.
Redeemable about it? It doesn't even get that good of gas mileage. You're lucky if you get 39 miles to the gallon. Same as a stupid Fiesta. And at least the Fiesta is kind of safe. Although the Smart 42 does stay upright in a turn. Unlike number 20 here, the Reliant Robin.
Oh, hell no.
Just search YouTube or watch Top Gear and you're going to know exactly why this thing sucks. It's only got 3 wheels, a very tiny engine, and if you sneeze in the wrong direction, you end.
Illinois Democrats raised the minimum wage again this year.
Yup.
I imagine 1.4 million of us got a raise in January, and even more raises are coming, all the way to 2025.
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
keep them fighting for us.
Democrats have run this place to the ground. Conservative people wouldn't do much better. Oh yes, I get that joke.
Rolling over. Still, strangely, it's got a cult following. Which, if you're one of those people, let us know in the comments below. Because I guess there are people out there that like to be different, but that one. Although no one really wants to be as different as number 19, though. Introducing the Peel Trident. You probably know.
That looks like the car from Fallout 4.
Peel 50. Well, this is the successor.
A glass dome. Yes, I would love to die in a car accident. I would love to die in just, homie. It looks like you would die in the rear ending.
Somehow manages to be worse. This
Oh.
has a bubble canopy and a detachable shopping basket, and that's totally cool with me and not super lame, right? You with me? Oh, and like the Robin, it does like to roll over too. At least the Lada Samara, our number 18, has 4 wheels, but that's about the only redeeming factor. Officially,
Dude, it looks exactly like a car from Just Cause 3. It really does. If you're a Just Cause 3 player and you see this,
Known as the VAZ 2108, it is a front-wheel drive economy car made from whatever parts were left over from over 20 different factories, including Volkswagens, Fiats, Opels, Fords, and Volvo garbage. Yeah, that sounds fun to work on. You have to make a cross-continental journey just to source parts for a tune-up? Come on. Although, it is something you'd kind of expect from a Soviet car, although Chevy has no excuse, which is why the Vega outranks the Lada as number 17 on our list. And this car is so bad that single-handedly it ruined GM's reputation. Yeah, take that Mustang 2, people still bought the Mustang after the 70s. But the Vega had to be canceled like a modern stand-up comedian after just one production run. What was wrong with it then? Only that it was unreliable, poorly engineered, rusted easily, the engine made no power, it was unsafe, and some people also think it just doesn't look very good. So, we've covered Ford, covered Chevy, Dodge doing dodgy things, well, you're up with the Dodge Viper. Just kidding.
Better dodge it.
Relatively new Dodge Dart. Now, if you go into a time machine and go back to the 60s, the original Dart was a V8 pony car that stood toe-to-toe with the Mustangs and the Camaros. The reissued Dart was a successor to the already terrible Dodge Neon, and it was somehow worse. With a gutless little Fiat engine that would leave you stranded on the side of the road, the Dart is a vehicle to avoid at all costs. And if you're gonna waste money on something, at least get something kinda cool like number 15, the DeLorean. You know it as Doc Brown's time machine. The most hilarious part of those movies, though, is that the idea that a DeLorean could go 88 miles per hour. These things were slow, except my homie Lamborghini just OS swapped one and pretty much turned the internet on its head. And I bet that thing could hit 188 miles per hour. Anyway, the originals, well, they were built out of sheet metal. They were expensive as
Sheet metal?
fix. They are something to behold, though. Something that number 14 is definitely not. Unique.
I'm not a pro in cars, but I know that what you shouldn't be doing out of your cars is building them out of sheet metal. Holy shit. I was actually probably going to build my car out of sheet metal or even titanium plating. But at least I would make the armor thick.
You know where this is going to go. It's slow and it's ugly. It's also become shorthand in film to show that someone was, well, a loser. Party time indeed. Still, believe it or not, it had a better rep than number 13, which was absolutely explosive. You know it. It's Pinto time. And no, we're not talking about the beans for once. Well, you wouldn't want to give this thing the beans. Because due to a specific design flaw, the gas tank could easily catch fire and cause the car to explode in a minor accident. I'll admit, I do get worried about being rear-ended when I drive, but you can't imagine the pure paranoia that would come driving a ticking bomb around. Although, I've been on dates like that before. Anyway, the Pinto is probably the most famous terrible car out there, but I can forgive some sins because of the times. The Chevy SSR, here at number 12, has no excuses.
Oh,
and
that's that random sound those
good
films
thing
are.
about the SSR. It has a big old V8 under the hood, but that's not enough to overcome the incredible ugliness of it. It just looks stupid. Like it's about to tell you that doing the rain dance will actually make it rain.
That's what it looks like? That looks like somebody that got impregnated and then decided to smoke like weed, do meth, drink some vodka, and then fall down the stairs. Oh my god. It is ugly, holy shit.
The next car on our list dares to ask a question. It asks, can a car actually be sexist? And at number 11, the Nash Metropolitan answers it. Yeah, a little. And yes, I know it was a different time, but Nash's whole marketing shtick was that this was a manageable car. You know, for the woman folk that couldn't handle a big car. And I don't know about you, but to me that feels a little wrong now. And what's worse is that it can barely go 60 miles per hour without blowing up the engine.
Literally one of my teachers at school that drove a freaking semi for 20 years.
The top 10 worst, most ugliest vehicles ever. 2/3 of the way.
People, women can't drive cars. That my literally one teacher I won't name that literally drove a semi for 20 years in the military. Hold my beer.
We gotta go with the you go. No, you go, I go, we go, you go. let's let Daddy Doug DeMuro sum up the Yugo. It's priced between a bus pass and an entry-level used car, but the bus pass is a better value because it's more comfortable. Wow, we are talking about the most base model based car you will ever see in your life, where the glove box is just a glove shelf. They have a weird, large cult following, which is why I'm not comfortable rating it worse. I don't really want people hunting me down at car shows, even if I could outrun them in literally any vehicle that can travel more than 20 miles without braking. Heck, I could probably outrun them on foot. It's that slow. Except our next car on this list won't even do that. At number 9, the worst Dodge ever, the second generation Challenger. And yes, the Challenger was one of the coolest muscle cars ever, which is why everyone was excited for the follow-up when it ended production in 1974. Nothing could be more disappointing though, because the second generation was a 4-cylinder with less than 100 horsepower, or a whopping 107 with the optional big block. The Mopar fans had major disappointment. And see, I told you the Mustang 2 wasn't the worst name shame. Let's go back to cars catching fire with number 8, truly terrible Triumph TR7. Hold on, here's a joke. Why is British beer warm? Because Lucas built the electronics in their refrigerators. Get it? Because Lucas Electronics is famous for building some of the worst electrical systems ever, which the TR...
Earning a college degree shouldn't take 4 years. With WGU, I can speed up the pace of my education.
TR7 had. But unlike the beautiful TR6, which I owned one, the TR7 also had a horribly unreliable engine, making it the best or worst of both worlds. It's an old British car though. You gotta cut it some slack and you gotta love it. It's not like it's brand new, a la number 7 on our list, Mitsubishi Mirage. And it's one of the cheapest new cars that you can buy, period, which you'd think would make a lot of problems forgivable, right? But the truth is, you'd be better off buying a 20-year-old Corolla than buying a brand new Mirage. Not only do they have nothing on the inside, but they are about as reliable as the promise your local politician just made. For shame, Mitsubishi. For number 6, we're going obscure. The Bricklin SV1. And yes, it's a really interesting car and one that I
looks
looked at
cool.
one for sale. The Bricklin innovated safety like integrated roll protection and crumple zones, which just didn't exist in the early 70s. Too bad it also had terrible quality issues and cost way too much to buy and really just tried to push morals on you. Yeah, Bricklin decided smoking was evil, so the car didn't come with an ashtray. And that's kind of ironic since one of the most famous SV1s burned to the ground in front of the cameras. Oopsie daisy. For number 5, we're reaching into my own past with the Chevrolet Chevette. Yes, it got the nickname Piece of Chevette for a very good reason. So, let me paint a picture for you. The Pacer, Pinto, and Vega are all on this list as entry-level compact crap boxes that are terrible. Piece of Chevette, though, was supposed to compete with those cars, and it was the loser of that competition. This is a true story. My dad had one, and yes, we called it the Piece of Chevette because, well, it was a piece of shit that couldn't even go 60 miles per hour. We'd be going down the highway getting gapped by Volkswagen Beetles while the lights flickered on and off due to terrible wiring. I'm so glad I got a Wrangler instead of number 4 on this list. Jeep Compass. That truly didn't know where
Looks like a new one. What's wrong with it?
Ownership of Jeep, it was a chance to revitalize the company. Instead, they took one of their worst vehicles, stuck a Jeep badge on it, and sold it to the U.S. Compass. It's known for being horribly underpowered, made of low-grade steel instead of modern materials, and breaking down constantly. Not a great look, Jeep, not at all. And now that it is top 3 time, let's do it. I feel the rush, unlike Cadillac in the 80s. Now, it was really hard to choose just one model because Cadillac did this to all their flagships in 1981. They introduced cylinder deactivation, where your V8 suddenly became a V4 while the car felt like it. The thing is, it sucked. So you get an unpredictable, slow, and extra complicated car. If that's not a recipe for success, you know what is. Still, at least it was a Cadillac. You won't get made fun of it for driving it to a meet if that's your thing. So, I got a car for you. At number 2, the Chrysler Sebring Convertible. Let's say you want a sports car, something sleek, makes good power. It's rear-wheel drive and manual. Sounds great, right? Well, on paper, it is. And it's the Sebring, but it's the exact opposite that in person. It's a slow front-wheel drive four-seater convertible that looks like someone used a stretch tool on a Miata. Oh, and it shares components with other heroes on this list like the Compass and the PT Cruiser. So you get all the problems in addition to the good looks. Okay, last Chrysler product, I swear, because there's only one car that could be number one, the worst car of all time. Put your hands together.
Trabant?
Give us a round of applause for the Trabant.
Yo!
57, communist-controlled
Great car, I want it.
a car, so they made the Trabant.
I gotta buy one just to see how shit it is.
91. It's incredibly low cost and incredibly low everything else. The two-stroke engine can't push the car to 55 miles per hour. The construction quality was beyond terrible. You had to even manually operate the windshield wipers, and reverse lights were an upgrade. It is truly a terrible car. Daddy Doug does a great breakdown on one, so go check it out and see just how bad it is and why it deserves the top spot on my list of the most terrible cars. Thanks for watching. What do you think is the worst car? Do you own it? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new, turn on that notification bell, and hit that like button, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle. Not
Strangest car features.
Lifetime, one sore throat, but she had enough. She took Mucinex Institute sore throat lozenges. Show your sore throat, boss. The automotive companies not only try to keep up with each other, but they also try new things in order to separate themselves from the competition. It's an industry that is constantly evolving, which is great for the consumers. Many of the additions to cars have been wonderful.
Three car brands that are crap. Kia.
Here we have an interesting Kia. The customer put the sign on. It's a hybrid. It burns gas and oil because it burns oil. They bought it brand new. It's only got 17,000 miles on it, and it started burning
5
oil
million.
right around when it had 15,000 miles on it. Now, it didn't originally, so that kind of tells you, something is amiss here. Now, Kia knows they have problems. This one actually had a recall, and they went through the BS process of Kia where they said, no, we're not going to replace the engine or fix it, even though it's burning oil. And you know how that goes with these companies. They were even told by mechanics at the place that, well, unless you just drive until the engine blows up, they'll put another engine in that one. They're not going to fix it if it's burning oil. Now, obviously, it shows they're not making a profit. Because the first 15,000 miles, it didn't burn any oil. Now it is, right? Obviously, something's wearing it out. They're not going to admit to any of this stuff because, you know, they don't want to replace all these engines. Kia's had nothing but engine problems for decades. They had those ones that were made in the United States where the engines were blowing up and they blamed it on a bad machine that didn't make the engines right, and then metal was going inside and blowing them up. These aren't particularly blowing up if you keep adding oil, but they are burning oil. Now take my 94 Celery, okay? It burns half a quart of oil every 3,000 miles. I changed that, so I really don't care. Now why does it burn oil? It burns oil because it's got 240,000 miles on it. Things are worn, but really, I mean, that's a lot of miles. Things only got 17,000 now. When it started burning oil, when it had 15,000. Now Kia says through their corporate only line, well, if it takes 1,000 miles or more to burn 1 quart of oil, that's normal and not going to do anything about it whatsoever. Now, granted, this car is only burning half a quart of oil about every 1,000 miles, but still, it's a brand new car premium. 17,000 miles to started burning oil at 15,000 miles. And here's the funny thing. According to Kia, you're only supposed to change the oil every 7,500 miles. It changes the oil and drives it. Doesn't really burn any oil until it gets about 4,000 miles or so on, and then it starts burning oil. You're going against the wrong rules. I just changed the oil every 4,000 miles. What's happening is, as the oil gets older, it gets degraded, and it breaks down some. And this is a very high-tech engine. See, it's got ignition coils on the top, a timing chain on it, and it's not a particularly tiny engine. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. That's definitely big enough. It's not like those crappy little 1-liter 3-cylinder engines. They all end up burning off because they strain too much. Now, if it's turbocharged, you have all that extra air rammed in the engine, which increases the pressure inside the combustion chamber, which does wear them out. And if you've ever owned a turbocharged car, they got old, you'll notice it probably starts burning oil as it ages, especially when you rev it to the higher RPM. But this is a normally aspirated 4-cylinder, 2-liter engine, and shouldn't have any problem burning oil at all. They obviously do not make the things correctly. Just for curious, we'll pull out the spark plugs and look at it, see what kind of shape they're in, see how much oil it takes to burn it. But before I take out the spark plugs here, here's the rest of the story. So the owner tells me they did take it to the dealer, and it was right at 7,500 miles for an oil change. And the guy there was a mechanic. He said, well, we won't change the oil now. We'll let them do the oil test because they have a better chance of burning oil, and I'll fix your engine. So they seal the engine and let him drive 1,000 miles. So he comes back after 1,000 miles, right? And the guy told him, well, you should check your oil levels so you don't blow up your engine. So he did. Well, when he came in, they said, well, one, your test is going to be invalid because you broke the seal on the oil dip stick. Now, to me, that's absurd because so what if you broke the seal on the oil? Just checking the oil, right? He didn't have to take me up, right? Well, regardless, the guy said it wouldn't even matter because it had burned oil, but in that 1,000 miles, it had only burned half a quart of oil. As I said earlier, Kia says a quart of oil every 1,000 miles or a quart of oil every 1,500 miles, whatever, is normal and they're not going to fix it anyway. And then the guy says, well, I'll change the oil for $60. We're not going to give you another car. And then we can perform the test again if you want, but we got to keep the car overnight. We're not going to give you
5 horse cars, only stupid people buy.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan.
Rev up your engine. Today I'm going to talk about the 5 biggest money pit cars out there. Now, by definition, a money pit car is a car that you throw your money in the pit, it just keeps throwing more in it. The car's worth less money over time, so it's how much money it costs, how fast their value depreciates, how often they break down, it costs money to repair, and basically how reliable they are. You take all those together, here's the top 5 money pits in the United States you can still buy. Or if you're rich enough, you don't care how much money you spend. Then again, most of these people got rich not by spending money, but by making it and saving. So that kind of goes against the whole idea of get rich in the first place. And in that respect, I'm not talking about any exotic cars at all. Lamborghini, Ferrari. I'm not talking about any of that stuff because they're all money pits. Now, number 5 on the
Seal.
list is the Audi A4 Quattro. An Audi A4 depreciates trades quickly. Over the first 4 years of ownership, most of them appreciated well over 50%. I had a customer buy one once and he got tired of the car. He sold it back to the dealership. It was a little over a year old. And guess what? He didn't even get 50% of his original price after 1 year of ownership when he sold it back to the dealer. Especially in the United States, Audis are money pits. One, they're relatively expensive cars. They depreciate quickly. They're extremely expensive to maintain, and they do break down. I've had customers lose things, blue head gaskets, automatic transmissions went out, air conditioning systems stopped going cold, cost a fortune to fix. And perhaps the worst thing to do with them all is to buy one used. I've had a handful of customers buy those cinch used with 100-something thousand miles in it, and they already were money pits. They didn't have to wait for them to become. For that mileage, they were money pits already. Even though they got them cheap, they found out that they had that cheap to buy, but they aren't cheap to keep. And generally, the whole range of Audis are like that. They cost a lot of money, they're very expensive to maintain, they have very low resale value. I'd say stay away from them really if you value your money. But as I've always suggested with these money pit cars, you absolutely have to get one. Get it out of your system. Lease one. Then you know exactly how much money you're spending. You won't have to put any money in repairs. And when you're done, you give it back to them. Because you'll lose a lot less money leasing a new one than you would buying one and selling it when it's 3 or 4 years old. Believe me, I've seen both ends. If you really have to get one, just lease it. And then you're done with it when the lease is up. Now, number 4 on the list of the top 5 money pits is the Jaguar XJ. Now, historically, Jaguars have always been money pit machines. People always joked about, hey, if you buy a Jaguar, you gotta have another car to drive every day because the Jaguar's gonna be at the dealer all the time, getting fixed when you break it down. And strangely enough, it's still true, even though the Chinese now own half the Jaguar, and it's called Jaguar Land Rover. They merged the companies. Originally, Tata bought the companies, and then half of it got bought by the Chinese. And they're making stuff in China. But here's probably the most hilarious thing that I've discovered lately. They started to get better sales. What they make in China? But then last year, their sales plummeted over 27% in China, and they had to cut 4,700 jobs on the production plants in China making. And this is blamed on the poor quality of manufacturing. A bunch of owners have been protesting in China at their factories over the poor quality of the ones that they bought over there. So, strangely enough, the English company Jaguar, known for poor quality for decades, get bought by a Chinese company, and even in China, they're having quality problems with the ones that they build over there. And to my mind, it's kind of hilarious. When I was young, and the Jaguars were classic. I was kidding, the money pits, they fell apart even in the 60s, but they had a very distinctive look. But today, hey, all these cars pretty much look the same. Now, it's not like they stand out like they used to. And with having low quality control, even in China, hey, stay away from Jaguars and you value your money. Now, number 3 is the BMW X Series. Particularly, I'm talking about the X3. As with most German cars, especially BMW, they're extremely over-engineered. They're expensive, but they break down a lot. When they do break down a lot, the parts cost a small fortune. And again, like all these other top 5 ones, their resale value is horrendous. So yeah, you can get a used one cheap, but our customers admit that. Why regretted that decision if they kept it for more than 2 or 3.
Oh yes, that's what. Oh yes. Oh god, that could be the Titanoboa. Oh my god, they have 7.68 million subscribers. Top 10 terrifying snake sightings that could be the Titanoboa. Hey guys, look, that could be a Titanoboa. I like how the picture in the thumbnail has a has a snake. I'm just gonna say has a snake. It doesn't even look like a Titanoboa. It looks probably at least triple the size of a Titanoboa. Remember what we just watched? Titanoboas usually grew around 40 to 60 some feet and could swallow a human male, or hell, just a person whole. Could almost swallow a damn car. Actually, no, it couldn't swallow a car. I don't know why I said that. Okay, let's. Yep, bots. This guy has bots. This guy 100% has bots. Here's why. He has 7.68 million subscribers, and on this channel, he has 70. On this video, he has 70,000. Let's go most popular. Sort by popular. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. It's like 6. About like what? That's 30. 30 of his videos surpass the amount of subs. Now, what's it called? Now, I want to say for every sub you get on your videos, it's usually normal to see like I want to say like for every 100 subs, you might get like one person that watches your videos regularly. You know what I mean? And here's the thing: this video has 70,000 views, and he has 125 comments. Oh my god. Amazon rainforest is 95% or so unexplored. Who knows what is in there? Here's the thing. You gotta really think about it. Biologically. Remember, big animals and big creatures need something called a lot of food to survive. Meaning that it is not ideal for a Titanoboa to survive in today's environment. Literally, all the creatures, all the animals have gotten smaller over the past, like, 100 million years or so. Like, you know, everything evolved down into something just smaller. Okay, let's watch it.
From sightings that came long ago and are the stuff of local legends.
I'm bored. I can't find anything I want to watch right now. So.
Explorers sightings to even a sighting that went viral on TikTok. We've got some huge.
Guys, did you hear this? The sighting was on TikTok. This is how you know that this information is true. If there's something on TikTok, it is true. It is undebatable evidence, and it should be taken with at most. Honest, I'm just kidding. If you have TikTok to teach you something, it's either you're completely stupid or you have a really bad school.
Snakes to talk about today as we dive into the top 10 terrifying snake sightings that could be the Titanoboa. Starting off in our number 10.
Actually, Titanoboa is not 40 feet, right? Actually, Titanoboa was 40 feet at juvenile length. Let's see. Titanoboa is a very large snake. It grew to be... Jesus Christ. Excuse me. It grew to be 47 feet... Okay. 47 feet long. 42 up to 47. Long weight of 1,000 pounds. No, 2,500 pounds. Let's see. Do you see that cross by the side of it? I'm pretty sure that means that when that cross on the side of it means dead or extinct. A cross next to the name means it's extinct. Now, there's gonna be people that are saying, "Oh, it's the Wikipedia." Okay, the Wikipedia is moderated. Okay, idiots. You see that cross right there? That means that the species Titanoboa, I forgot what the last name was. Titanoboa Sturgeonesis, I think that's what it's called, is extinct. Which, I don't know if you notice, it means there are none left. 0 species members, 0 reproducing rate, 0 thing, 0 existence. Now, you could theoretically bring one back, although why would you bring it back? It would pose a threat to society. Now, please take my word with a big hint of salt. I think there is ways to bring back extinct species, although I can't confirm it exists. I can't confirm it doesn't exist, so you are warned. The Titanoboa is extinct. It is not existent anymore. It does not exist.
We have military mission. This story is one that is said to have come from a Peruvian ex-commando named Juan Carlos. He is said to have quite the resume that includes being able to survive for 11 days in the jungle with only his smarts and a small knife. And while that is certainly impressive, of course we're all here today to talk about his giant snake sighting. Juan Carlos explained that at one point in time when he was on a mission deep in the Amazon with his army unit, they encountered and subsequently shot a 40-foot-long snake. He went on to explain that the leaders of the unit took the remains of the snake, which he now assumed are hanging on the sub-officer's wall somewhere, which never allowed him
He assumes, remember.
But this story has only fueled his fire to once again encounter a snake of that size. Juan Carlos is
Holy crap.
absolutely certain that should he go out on an expedition, that he could find another giant snake that is over 30.
We literally heard the thing back then. Roosevelt said, if you can bring me a snake that is above 30 foot long, you will get $1,000. That, to this day, no one has found a snake longer. The longest snake I think ever recorded, that was in our era, which means that, like, Jesus Christ was literally born and, like, post Christ's death. You know what I mean? Like, within the past 2,000 years, the longest snake that we've ever found that has lived in our era was 28 foot long. I think it was found somewhere in, I don't know if it was South America. Anyway, but this snake was a Anaconda, whatever it's called. I don't know anything a lot about snakes.
Because he says he knows where the right places to look are. In our number 9 spot today, we have the
TikTok sighting. I'm excited.
Account Google Maps Fun, which is an account that shares fun or
Oh God, no.
while searching the world through Google Maps. They seem to have found some sort of giant snake off of the coast of France. The TikTok,
That's a
which was
skeleton.
posted earlier this year, shows the images from Google Maps that seems to show a gigantic snake skeleton that the user states is, quote, about 30 meters long and bigger than any snake caught before. This, of course, has fueled many theories that this snake could, in fact, be a Titanoboa. The TikTok was
Wait, what did he say? How long was it?
skeleton that the user states is, quote, about 30 meters.
30 meters. So meters around 3. Is around, what's it called? 3 feet? So that's about 90 feet. Now, why would a Titanoboa ever get 90 feet? This is something... It's on the beach, too. And if it were a genuine fossil, it wouldn't even be there. As if like, Smithsonian even sniffed the presence of that fossil, they would send a whole ass, like, team to just go out there and obtain the fossil or so. Or they would build a site around it. Or there'd be some sort of government thing, but it's just out there. It does look extreme.
Bigger than any snake caught before.
It's really well made.
Many theories that this snake could in fact be a Titanoboa. The TikTok was circulated around the app and gained millions of views, and I can totally see why. It definitely would be a strange thing to suddenly come across while scouring satellite images. While everyone has been searching the Amazon, maybe the Titanoboa has just been in France all along. In our number 8 spot,
Wait, was it on?
fisherman. This is a
Wait,
legend that
so it actually.
could in fact
La Serpent de Ocean. Oh my, La Serpent. Oh yeah. Serpent de Ocean is a work by artist Huang Yongping, hope I pronounced that right, depicting a long sea serpent skeleton. It was installed in the intertidal zone at Saint Bervis-les-Pins, Alatanque, France. The sculpture was made of aluminum, 130 meters long. In total, it represents the skeleton of an immense imaginary sea serpent. Oh my god! It's literally an art! I told you, it's art. Because here's how you know. Usually when a skeleton of something, a skeleton of a 50 million year old thing or a organism would not be, it would not be white like that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get something. Alright, so this brought a fossil into my room. Now, I don't know if this is fake or if it's not. I have measured it. The weight, I don't know if the weight is right. The length is. So this is a megalodon tooth, eh? Can you tell me what it looks like? Oh, it's black. It's pitch black. You don't know why? Apparently this fossil has been cleaned up after every. Ooh, look! Oh, look! They aligned with each other. That's so cool. You see the planets? Yeah. Sorry. This fossil is dark. That's because it's been replaced by carbon and stuff like that. When a fossil gets that old, it's usually replaced and it's all blacked. If you go look at the official Titanoboa documentary by the Smithsonian, the pieces of fossil are always dark, as a skeleton retains its white color over for like a short period of time. Alright, let's keep going.
Boa. It's off somewhere in a rainforest in Peru. Hundreds of years ago, there was a fisherman who was from a tribe that lived near what is now the modern-day city of Pucallpa. He journeyed by canoe deep into the jungle and went off the main river path by following a little inlet that led to a hidden lake. He usually took this path as he knew the hidden lake was a great spot to catch food. As he got to his spot, things were very quiet, and he knew that meant he was going to catch enough food for everyone. As he looked for the best place to cast his net, however, something began to stir in the water. As the fisherman looked up, he saw a great head emerge from the water right in the center of the lake. He suddenly realized
Anaconda.
it was the head of a serpent, but not just any serpent.
Anaconda.
The head alone was the size of the entire fisherman's body. This snake stared at him as he panicked and threw himself to shore. As he ran away as fast as possible, he turned and looked over his shoulder, only to see the snake moving toward him through the water. The fisherman was lucky enough to escape the giant serpent that day, and he returned back to the village with a story which has lived on throughout the hundreds of years it's been.
Hundreds of years? This is a 100-year-old story. I don't want to be that Debbie Downer, but like, even the biggest Titanoboa or head was the entire length of the boat. So, what? A Titanoboa's head was probably about 50, probably at least 5 foot long, right? Maybe. I want to say 5 foot long. So the size is exaggerated there.
This is why it is said that giant snakes might just be seen in any river or inlet of the Peru.
Oh, and trust me, by the way, if we... That could be a... I like how it's like, that could exist. It went extinct. And if we found one, it would definitely be on the news. Wouldn't you think... Breaking news, giant snake found in Amazon rainforest. Authorities investigate. Like...
On Amazon. In our number 7 spot today, we have the Borneo sighting. This giant snake sighting is said to have come from a few years ago, as there was a disaster team that was
Where's that at?
Flying overhead in a
Borneo. Borneo is in Asia, not even close.
helicopter when the sighting happened, and one member thought what they were seeing was so surprising they even snapped a picture. It is said that this gigantic snake could have been around 100.
No, I'm dead ass. Guys, is this real? It's a Titanoboa, look. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, the camera I'm using is absolute garbage. When I take my iPad and hold it up, you can see the snake, it's well defined. By the way, fun fact about the Amazon rainforest. Amazon rainforest water is usually really mucky. Is the Amazon wrist water mucky? Which gives the water a muddy brown color. So you can really not see anything at the bottom of the lake or bottom of the river. And
After when the sighting happened, and one member thought what they were seeing was so surprising they even snapped a picture. It is said that this gigantic snake could have been around 100 feet in length, which is absolutely insane.
100.
And the photo went
One.
surprising. They even snapped a picture. It is said that
that snake in the picture looks around 500 feet, in my opinion. It is a pretty big one. At 250 at minimum, by the way. So I guess these guys have like the worst eyesight in the world. That is obviously a fake photo. Really, go to AV&J. There's one video where it really demonstrates that you can do it. You can actually blend that. I bet you if I had just like if I watched a 10-minute tutorial, I could probably replicate something like that. I bet you I could replicate something like that if I could, but I don't own Adobe Photoshop, so yeah.
which is absolutely insane. And the story and the photo went on to spark some concern among those who live in the area. It is said that this sighting only confirmed what locals in the area have long been worried about, which is the existence of an ancient sea serpent.
A sea serpent and the Titanoboa are two different things. The Titanoboa, according to Smithsonian, the Titanoboa lived in rainforest-like conditions. They lived in water. The reason is, holy crap, the reason is because the Titanoboa would have its organs crush themselves if it went on land, and because they went into water, water reduces gravity almost, buoyancy, whatever it's called. Oh my god, you get what I'm talking.
For me, that one might be a stretch, but who am I to say for sure? In our number 6 spot today, we have the Ranger. This is a story that is said to have come from a ranger who works near the Amazon River Basin. On a day when he was patrolling around the area, he saw what he estimated to be a 45-foot-long anaconda. The ranger took the people that he was telling the story to where he said he saw this gigantic snake.
Alright, so this guy went up to me, and he said that he saw Bigfoot. And it's actually, I didn't know this, but that story was really popular. I'm just kidding. You see how real I made that sound? Yeah. Watch this, guys. Hey, guys! I actually found Bigfoot in the woods today. I don't have any proof, I don't have any evidence. I saw him. No fact indeed. Yeah. He said, she said moments. Or he said, she said BS is not really a good way to prove your thing, by the way.
People began to try and spot it again. While they were on this search, they had a young boy with them who was from the area. As they got a little down,
That's a zoomed in picture of an anaconda.
the boy showed them another spot that he explained that he ended up.
That's an anaconda right there.
Snake that came crashing through the weeds. The pair was, of course, extremely startled by this sighting and got out of there as soon as they possibly could. Since then, they've been on the lookout for the giant snake, but have yet to have another sighting. In our number 5 spot today, we have the Huntsman. This story starts off many years ago in a place in Peru. It is said that here a local huntsman went into the jungle and trunk that he said was about 60 meters tall and blocking his path. At the base of his trunk, however,
60 meters. Come on. It's called how tall could trees get again? 130 meters or 100? Is that 130 feet? $130 meters. A stump that is. Oh boy.
it's cutting a deer just standing there, which is obviously odd. As the hunter began to walk towards the deer, it suddenly disappeared into the base of the trunk. This is when the hunter suddenly understood that this is no tree. The trunk is the body of a giant serpent, and at the base there is a gigantic gaping mouth.
Wait, she said 60 meters, which that's about, let's see, 180 feet. And, about the Titanoboa. The Titanoboa is 47 feet at most. It said, the Wikipedia says, quote, perhaps 47, which means that it's not confirmed, but they think it could have been 47 feet. That is 180. My God, mate.
It's attached to a head that has red glowing eyes and horn-like ears. The hunter slowly backed away,
Snakes don't have ears.
realizing that the earth rumbling he felt the night before was likely the serpent being startled at the light
Snakes can't disturb the earth or tectonic plates.
of the fire. He evaded death because although he mistakenly struck the giant snake, it thankfully hadn't noticed, and with
Stomp.
the deer there, he possibly wouldn't have even realized what was really going on.
Deer possibly don't live in Peru. Do deer live in Peru? Two different types. Mountain white. Okay, actually, never mind. There you go. You got me on one point. That deer actually exists in
He
Peru.
was able to make it out of there and was sure to pass the story on when he returned home. This is the story or the legend of the Sashimama, which has been around.
That's the story of how some dude found some really, really good shrooms.
Inspired by the very real existence of the Titanoboa. In our number 4 spot today, we have Percy's sighting. Percy Fawcett is
Percy.
a famous explorer who is best known for his search for the lost city of Z, but he is also known for his alleged Titanoboa sighting. In 1906, it is said that he was traveling through the Amazon River when he came across a gigantic snake. He didn't even only claim to see it, though. He also claimed that he shot it. He said the snake was 65 feet long and that it was at least 1 foot in diameter. After his alleged shot, it is said that the snake sunk back down into the water and out of sight of the explorer. No one is quite sure of what happened to this gigantic snake after its encounter with Percy, but he is said to have had no doubts over what exactly he saw in the...
What's his name? Percy? Percy. Who's Percy? Explorer of South America, Fawcett disappeared in 1925.
for that day. In our number 3 spot today, we have tunnels. There were a couple of
Tunnels?
adventurers or explorers or whatever you want to call them who went to Peru in search of the Titanoboa. As part of their research, they of course spent time speaking with those local to the area so as to hear their stories of the giant snake in the hope...
Guys, if your parents go in your room and they say that you're wasting time on video games, remember you're not one of the nerds that's trying to search for the Titanoboa, a species that is many times proven to be extinct. That's like searching for a way to prove that Hitler was not a bad guy. Like, there's just no way to find it. It's impossible. Like, bro, this is so cringe.
Just maybe getting some insider info on where they could find it. They explained that one night when they camped at a village on the Samaria river. They spent an entire evening listening to these types of stories, and they were absolutely astounded. One person explained seeing a 60-foot-long snake that was half in the water and half out. After hearing this story, it is said that an elder from the village explained that the giant snakes use underground tunnels in order to move between
They literally move in water.
which is probably the most terrifying thing I've ever heard. But this could explain why should the Titanoboa
Did Titanoboa dig? Yeah, they can't dig holes. They probably.
It is rarely ever seen. In our number 2 spot today, we have the duo. In 2009, a man named Mark Warner and his son went to the Amazon basin in search of this gigantic snake that legends are made of. They were determined to capture evidence of its existence, and they assembled a team and set out on a mission to prove it. They surveyed their selected areas through aerial views and set off on their adventure. After 12 days in the jungle, surviving through intense weather and taking hundreds of photos and videos, it is said that they did end up capturing a photo of what they claimed to be a huge snake, bigger than any other, measuring around 40 meters or 131 feet long and 2 meters or 6 feet.
The Titanoboa can only grow to like 17 meters.
That is an unbelievable size.
Yeah, it's unbelievable because it's never been found.
Claims, but the pair are determined to head back out on another expedition to capture the creature again. It seems as though we might just
Where's the image?
to see if the pair really can pull it off. In our number 1 spot today, we have the Maine monster. This is a snake sighting that
Maine?
comes from Maine, and it is
Yes, guys, Maine is the best place for a snake. A cold environment that has chilly water, and just remember what they said is that a snake relies on heat to grow. Maine is cold as hell.
Ever since. Originally posted on the Facebook page of the Westbrook Police Station,
It's Facebook.
they wrote, quote, "We have received a legitimate report concerning a very large snake present at the Riverbank Park. The report was the snake is as long as a truck and the head the size of a soccer ball. The snake was reportedly observed on the riverbank to the rear of the playground on both the Main Street and Brown Street side of the river." Okay, definitely not what anyone in the neighborhood wants to hear, especially not from the police page itself, but things only went on to get more concerning. A few days later, an update was posted to the page that included a photo. This photo showed a huge shed snake skin that looked as though it was shed quite recently. Any snake that thing belongs to has got to be too large for comfort. This went on to create quite a local legend.
Well, that's what my snake's net. That's why snake shed.
While this may not be the largest snake on this list, the proof of its existence certainly is chilling. It is said that people even tested the skin to see what kind of snake it belonged to, and rumor has it that there was in fact some Titanoboa DNA found.
Maybe it's called a last common universal ancestor. Maybe it's because, what's it called? Chickens were literally, what? Adapted or evolved from a freaking T-Rex. That's why you probably find T-Rex DNA. Like, bro. Actually, why would you find any T-Rex DNA in a chicken if the T-Rex is dead? Guys, I spotted this Titanoboa outside my house yesterday. It was green and it was about 3 feet long. Just kidding. It's called a garden snake. Actually, I've never really seen a garden snake before. Oh yes. What do the comments say? The one in France is an art piece. Yeah. Thank you, Joe. I don't believe these Titanoboa signs, but I do believe the 145-foot anaconda. I find double space videos interesting to watch. I used to live in Maine. I've never heard of any tale of big snakes. I almost. I like how sometimes a bot. Anyone who is reading this, I pray that whatever is hurting or whatever you are constantly stressing about gets better. Maybe the drinks, thoughts, the overthinking of doubt exist in your mind right now may replace peace and calmness find you off aim. What? This comment is botted. There's what next? Orchards extend their lives to grow bigger. Oh, come on now, like actually, like Olivia, this topic though. They need to tag these GPS. By the way, yeah, could you tag it? Could you please go find a T-Rex and go tag it? I don't know where they live. Actually, T-Rexes live in they used to live in Western United States and Southeastern Asia. I'm not wrong. I did a school project about them, and that's apparently where they went. I don't know. I forgot what I did that project for. Oh, I know what I did. I think it was for American history when we found oh yeah, I remember. Even though the economic downturn and recession, I'm so happy I've been earning $60,000 returns from my $10,000 investment every 21 days. Oh no, how? How? I would appreciate if you show me how to do that. I'm interested. His profile page. He's a boomer. He's a boomer. He's a boomer. Oh no, he's falling for it. Look at that. Wow, I'm shocked you must have mentioned Charles Wilson. Thought I'm the only one trading with. Oh my god, they're literally bots. I and my family members are blessed because if not, I would have met someone who is as spectacular as Charles Wilson, and he's the best. They're not even talking about things. Oh my god, this comment. I so wish I could work beside or with y'all love and y'all. Oh my god, I'm oh yes. Yay. Tend to reprovoke some nostalgia in myself. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah? Yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna take a break. I'm sorry.